nation. So without further ado, we'll be jumping into the first year of today's program. So here we have pictures of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the 1st of February 2004. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducts the Anandas Purana Program Convention in Los Angeles. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism traveled around the world, making himself available, conducting programs, and reaching out to people. And here we can see a few pictures of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism doing that in Los Angeles, conducting the Anandas Purana program.
On 1st February, sorry for making a glitch. On 1st February 2005, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam explained to his delegates and the Kailasa Vasis devotees disabled around the world about going beyond name and descriptions, using a lion and a sheep analogy. When one realizes that one is a lion, a different life, dimension, and space will be waiting for one. But we are the Dalai Lama of whether to stay in the current sheep's life or take the risk of understanding a lion's life. Once we understand and jump beyond name and descriptions to be a lion, we transform to have a better life.
So entering into the year 2007, seeing the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting the satsang, the presidential address, revealing that the secrets of an unclutched space and how being unclutched is a simple decision you take. In his inimitable style, he delivers not just the message, but also the experience of unclutching to all. So here inviting each and everyone to go listen to this discourse by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the science of unclutching and how we can be unclutched in our life in the simplest of ways.
On 1st February 2009, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism goes to Tamil Nadu, the Coimbatore city in Tamil Nadu, and conducts the Kalpadaru program, Kalpadaru convention, and he also visited many devotees' house as part of the house visits. Here are the pictures from the Kalpadaru conducted by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism at Coimbatore city.
Seeing now the year 2010, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducts a meeting with the Kailasa Vasis across the world. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism making himself available to all the Kailasa Vasis, the people who dedicated their lives to be with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, to dedicate their personal life to the mission of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Here, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is conducting a meeting worldwide, connecting with all the Kailasa Vasis around the world and sharing what he needed to share on this very day. Here we can see. Here we can see a few pictures of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting the Kalpataru darshan and for the participants around the world.
On 1st February 2013, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism intercepted the 8th verse of chapter 2 of Katha Upanishad in his presidential address. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shares that spiritual wisdom can never be grasped unless it is taught by an enlightened being. It can be realized only beyond logical reason, imprinted into the bone marrow. Thus, the four tattvas can only be taught by one who is living them completely. By only one who has accomplished authenticity can become an acharya. The way to discern whether a devotee has achieved authenticity is to note whether he can listen, whether he is in the space of listening. If he listens patiently without any tiredness to every speaker, he is integrated and has found his authenticity, then is able to effectively transmit the truth to others. That is what Swamiji calls as Sharana. On the same day, Supreme Pontiff of all, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, also gives Sarvadarshan to the devotees and disciples who had gathered to have a glimpse of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also receives the Pratyaksha Pada Puja from devotees across the world.
So entering now into the year 2014, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, explained that any negative thoughts or violence that we experience about others or situations around us or ourselves all root from the self-hatred we carry in our inner space about ourselves. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism tells the delegates that if they complete with their self-hatred towards themselves, then everything else in the outer world will also align and they can live a blissful life forever. He also talks about how he functions on oneness as his only principle of life. So inviting each and everyone to go listen to this discourse from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, giving insights on the importance of completing with self-hatred in order to bring completion to any form of violence that we experience or that we see in others or situations around us in our daily life.
On 1st February 2015, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continues with the Upanishad series leading Advaita. The Ishavasya Upanishad, verse 1 states that Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkin jagagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bunjit tamakrita kasyasviddanam. In this profound delivery of the Ishavasya Upanishad, verse 1, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism delivers the next sacred secret of this verse. Whatever we hold on to, having fear of losing it, life will take exactly that away from us. Anything we want to retain in our life, we just need to renounce the fear of losing it. Anything that creates powerlessness into our inner space will be taken away just to make us understand that we can live without that and we are powerful beings. On the same day, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also receives the Pratyaksha Pada Puja from the devotees across the world, accepting their gratitude in the form of Pratyaksha Pada Puja. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also gives the Kalpataru darshan for the devotees and disciples, Kailasa who had gathered there to attend the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism satsang. And also, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism takes the NDY participants for a sacred arts tour in Adi Kailasa. So you can have a glimpse. Below are the pictures where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism personally takes everyone. He himself goes around and shows the deities, how it has been carved, and how these deities are poured into the metal and how they had created the Panchabhutas. And you can see Supreme Founder of Hinduism personally explaining about the Atmalinga, how the Atmalinga is carved, how the mandala is carved on top of it, and where the Spatika is taken. Everything Supreme Founder of Hinduism personally guides all the NDY participants.
So entering now into the year 2016, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducts the living Shuddhadvaita Shaivam process. You are Mahadeva, even if you don't cognize it. Nitya Arogya Yoga for Health participants had a tour of the Adi Kailash campus, including the banyan tree, sacred arts, the healing pond by the Sarovar with the unique 21-foot Navapashana Linga. The Vaitishwara Homa was also conducted for bestowing health and wellness to the Nityananda Yoga for kids. All participants read through their third eye. The daily Kalpataru program are aired live in Kannada. Hinduism's 2 million source books, 20 million base commentaries were introduced in the Hinduism past, present, and future class from the Adi Kailasa. 100 and plus lives enriched through the Venkateshwara Kalyanam, giving the right context for abundance to flower in your life. So let us have a quick look of the various activities which took place on this very year.
Process with Swamiji, you are Mahadeva, even if you don't cognize it. Nitya Arogya Yoga program for health conducted by Swamiji, including a tour of the Adinam Sacred Banyan Tree, Sacred Arts University, the most prolific producer of authentic deities of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, and the healing pond Vaidya Sarovar with the unique 21-foot Navapashana Nityananda Linga. Vaitishwara Homa was conducted today at Swayambhu Nityanandeshwara Temple in Bangalore, Adinam. Benefits include bestowing blessings for health and wellness. The Homa was offered online and by many people from around the world and was broadcast live on Nityananda TV. The Dhyana Yoga one-day program for kids enriched participants with third eye awakening initiation from Swamiji. All 16 participants read through their third eye, and some were involved in giving live demonstrations of the ability to read through the third eye after just one half day. Nityananda Puja is being conducted daily at Enriching Temple at Bangalore Adinam.
On 1st February 2017, the Supreme Founder of Hinduism initiated the delegates into the science of manifesting the state, space, being, and powers of Paramashiva. These powers are Shaktis revealed directly by him to the world and manifested by his disciples as Nityananda Yogis. and are directly and precisely found in the Agamas. The original words of Paramashiva, the supreme founder of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, initiated the disciples and the Kailasa Vasis and devotees during the courtyard session at Adi Kailasa, Bidadi, Bangalore, Adinam. Supreme founder of Hinduism made all the devotees and disciples Kailasa Vasis manifested, and the manifest is the kumkum, which materialized right after the initiation from the Supreme Founder of Hinduism, and the participants worked on manifesting these newly initiated Shaktis.
Entering now into the year 2018, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the visionary through whom this whole revival of Kailasa is made possible. His Divine Holiness prepared the Mahasarashiva Aushadha during the historical lunar trifecta, where he blessed all to experience the higher levels of consciousness, the state of Turiyatita. The sacred and powerful Shiva Ashtrashanti Homa was then conducted by His Divine Holiness, whereby, under his guidance, the Stapatis marked the layout of the Golden Temple for the Nityanandeshwara Sadashiva around the Kalpataru banyan tree at Nityananda Peetham. Here we can see a few more pictures of the Stapatis being guided by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism directly.
On 1st February 2020, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, expounded on the cosmic principle: if Tirobhava is removed, Jnana becomes Vijnana. During the everyday life public address, the Nithyananda Satsang, His Divine Holiness Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, explained how the Shaktipada happens and the benefits of Nirahara Samyama and the meaning of Brahma, Veda Brahmaiva Bhavati, was revealed. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism further revealed the evidence about our ancestors' regular travels to the higher planes and expanded on the four natural principal forces that the science is able to identify. First is the gravitational force, second is the electromagnetic force, third, weak nuclear force, and the strong nuclear force, and went on to explain these theories in Tapoloka. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also formally launched the Akanda Mahajapa and unveiled the Akanda Mahajapa in Tapoloka. The Atmalinga Mandala process was carried out by His Divine Holiness, whereby everyone sat in the mandala with the Atmalinga at hand while chanting the powerful and sacred Mahavakya, connecting with Paramashiva.
So with this, we come to the end of today's segment, and let us now get ready